And I hope you're all doing well out there, and welcome back to the channel for another 1/6 scale vehicle unboxing and review. And today we're going to be taking a close-up look at the PROJECT Kaneda's Bike revival version from the groundbreaking 1988 cyberpunk anime Akira. The review will have a slightly different format. We're going to be taking a look at this bad boy box in front of the details simply because it is so huge. There'll be no accessory section. It'll be straight over to the table to have a close-up look at the legendary motorbike, and then we'll be reuniting the bike with its owner, Shotaro Kaneda, for the usual showcase at the end. A bit of background before we jump into it. As viewers to my channel will know, I am a huge Akira fan. Fair to say it forever changed the face of animation and was the first anime to properly break in the Western market. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you seek it out. It may look dated by today's standards, but back in '88, this movie was a game changer and it changed the face of animation really forever. Now, regulars to my channel will be aware I recently acquired the PROJECT Kaneda 1/6 scale figure, and there'll be a link to that review at the end of this video. And after a long hunt, I now have the bike to go with the figure. But that's enough of my Akira love affair. Onto this box, and it is a big box too, as you can see. Very, very hefty chap. Well, we'll attempt to have a quick look around it. I'll try and manhandle it around the camera. Let's see if we can't get this a little bit closer into shot. What you've got on the front here is Akira, a picture of Kaneda's bike itself in this rather nice red foil lettering for Akira. Photograph's very nice. It says Bandai here. You've got Kaneda's bike, 1/6 scale. PROJECT's on the top left-hand corner there. Don't know whether the camera's picking this up. I'll try and lean it forward. On the top there, it says Akira, 6 scale Kaneda's bike. We will spin this guy round. Let's have a look at what it says on the sides. Really a repeat of the lettering from the front of the box, and a photo here, a nice sort of high gloss photo of the bike stripped down, which is something we'll cover when we bring this bad boy out. Same thing on the other side here, but this time it's the covered version of the bike. And let's take a look around the back, and there's a lot of information on the back here. A lot of this is, I believe, is either in Japanese or Chinese. I think that's probably Japanese, actually. And it is all beyond me, unfortunately. I don't speak Japanese, but you've got lots of photos of the bike itself in various states of disassembly. Some with the figure, some with the light-up features that come with this particular bike. Yeah, a lot going on the back there, and the usual warnings as well at the bottom there, and credits. Don't piss this bike off, or it might level Neo Tokyo. So, yeah, that's the box itself, and very impressive it is too. So, without further ado, let's crack the seals on this guy and zip on over to the table and find out what it's all about. Okay, so here we are, back to the table. With the bike unboxed, and that was no mean feat, I can tell you that much. Huge box. What you've got inside that box are 2 layers of foam. The first layer contains all these bits and pieces, and the second layer contains the bike itself. Before we dive into it, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who has liked, commented and subscribed to the channel. Huge thank you for your support. It has been amazing. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon. We have a lot more content coming up, and as usual, we'll list some of that before we go over to the showcase at the end. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to William Wang for providing me with this figure. If it's anything 1/6 scale you're after, drop him a line. There will be a link to his webpage in the description below, as always. If it's 1/6 scale, if it's statues, anything along those lines, you can have a look at what he's got in stock. And also, if it's something specific, maybe a grail piece, something a little bit older, a little bit more obscure, there's a section in there where you can actually request him to do a search for that particular piece. So yeah, massive thank you to William for providing me with this bike, this personal grail piece. Now, it comes in a disassembled format, but what we're going to do is a slightly different take on the usual review we do on this channel. What we're going to do is we'll have a look at some of the pieces of the outer casing of the bike, the actual bodywork for the bike itself. Then we'll have a quick look at the naked bike, so to speak, and then we'll cut to an assembled version and go through all the details there as well. So what do you get? Well, thank goodness it comes with an instruction manual, a very nice instruction manual actually, very high gloss with some nice photography on it. And fortunately for me, there are some English instructions on there as well. The vast majority look to be in Japanese, but yeah, quite a complex job constructing this by the looks of it. But these instructions are really nicely presented and look relatively straightforward. So I will be referring to those between takes. So you get a set of instructions, we'll put those to one side. The rest of the bits and pieces, as I mentioned, are the bodywork. Let's grab a few pieces at random to have a look at the quality of these. Now, we'll take this one. Have a quick look. Now, these are all plastic. This bodywork is all plastic, but a lot of the bodywork, a lot of the construction on the bike itself is full die-cast metal. It has got some real heft to it. I was actually quite surprised at the weight of this thing. Very heavy indeed. I was also surprised at the size as well. I have the Yabe Kusanagi in the display, the Cyberpunk 2077, and I was expecting something along those lines, but this looks bigger to me. But yeah, we'll get down to the size when we come to the showcase. So this bodywork is really, really nicely done. High gloss finish, this fantastic red high gloss finish. It looks to me, and we'll go through these pieces actually, some of these pieces, in fact all of these pieces look magnetized to me, pretty much all magnetized. Yeah, I'm seeing magnets on all of those, but we'll get some more of those pieces out. So attaching the bodywork should be relatively straightforward if I use the instructions, which I will. I'm not putting those to one side. So yeah, super high gloss red finish. The color looks completely screen accurate. What's really nice to see as well, and the first thing I noticed, is these emblems, these decals on the bike itself. These aren't actually stickers. Lesser companies would have put these on the stickers, but these look like they've actually been sculpted into the plastic and painted separately. So yeah, really nice to see that. So the decals all look screen accurate to me. The paint job on here is really, really nice. Let's pull out a few more pieces. Let's take a look at this, at the canopy. We'll put this plastic to one side. Forgive any dust or any bits of polystyrene you see on here. This is a brand new figure, and literally the first time I've seen it, the first time it's been out of the box, brand new bike rather. So yeah, that same quality. Once again, this is all plastic. Same quality of high gloss paintwork on there. The finish is really, really nice. Once again, these decals are sculpted into the plastic and painted rather than being stickers. Just very, very nice. And once again, magnetic sections here on either side of the canopy to affix it to the bike. Let's grab a couple more. We won't do all of them because we will be here all night if we try and take a look at every piece. But yeah, let's have a look at this. Now, once again, this has got bits of polystyrene on it, so please forgive me for that. Yeah, same quality of high gloss paintwork. Again, same decals. I believe, and there are mirrors on this section, so I'm assuming these are the side pieces of the canopy. Once again, magnets there, and I think, I'm not 100% certain that it has functioning indicators here, but we'll get to that when we get to the battery operated portions of this bike. So yeah, fantastic high gloss paintwork, completely screen accurate, and these just feel premium. They feel high quality. Some fantastic detailing here and work. Let's grab one more. I believe these are the covers for the front wheels, he said confidently, or possibly the rear wheels. We'll find out. Yeah, once again, that same really, really accurate sculpting, really nice high gloss finish. And yeah, it's pretty much repeated throughout all the pieces here. We'll grab this one. I believe this is the other side. You've got Citizen on there, Canon on there. Yeah, just really, really impressive. Really impressive paintwork and finish to this. So what we'll do is we'll put all these pieces to one side and we'll cut to the naked bike. Okay, so here it is in all its glory. It is the naked Kaneda bike, and first impressions are absolutely, I'm blown away. I really, really am blown away. This was actually released back in 2021, and It's only 4 years ago, 3 years ago, but still, for 2021, the level of workmanship here is truly stunning. And being a collector for a number of years, and not many things take my breath away. And I sort of knew what to expect with this piece. It's a personal grail, but still, I am absolutely blown away at the level of detail, the colours, the construction and the materials that have been used. But let's have a close-up look before we put all the fairings on and everything else and see it in its finished glory. Where to begin with this thing? First of all, the sheer weight. It absolutely weighs a ton. Very, very heavy, and that's down to the amount of metal that we've got in here. Let's start with these wheels. These front section of the wheels here are all metal, a solid piece of metal here. The tyres themselves, solid rubber, really, really nicely done. I'll swing this around a little bit. Hopefully you can get this in shot. This whole suspension network here, the pistons, which are beautifully painted, this lovely gold colour, really, really well done. These are all solid metal. Everything under here, this whole suspension rack is solid metal, this high gloss finish to it. It looks phenomenal. The attention to detail is truly spectacular here. I hope the camera's picking this up. I'll move it forward a little bit. This sort of console array here and steering column, the cowling here is plastic. You've got wires coming out of here leading down to into the housing itself, the metal housing. You've got a headlight at the front here, which is spring mounted, which moves up and down. That's on metal brackets. We'll actually bring it round to this side. It's on a metal kickstand, which is designed to fall to the left. So we'll bring it round this way so you can get some kind of idea about the level of detail in this housing. It really, really is superb, super high gloss finish, super reflective. It's going to be a fingerprint magnet, and I don't care. The actual fairing itself, well, the main body of the bike is all metal. These sections here are metal and are finished in that super high gloss red paint that is screen accurate and matches the rest of the bodywork that we just looked at. I'll try and twist this up. It's even got a working suspension in there. When you actually lift, if you can see here, those pistons compress around this area here with that front wheel, which is phenomenal. And if you actually, I'm not sure if I can get this into shot without gushing too much. What you've got here is a full working suspension system within this housing here. I'll just give it a push again. You can see the whole thing rides up, the front wheel comes down. So it's got a full working suspension in there as well. There are two functioning pedals, and I believe they have another use as well, but we'll come to that when we've got all the fairing on and all the rest of the bodywork. These internal sections here, all die-cast metal. The only two plastic parts that are on this red section, I believe, are these sections here, these footwells, which have got this nice sort of, I'll try and tilt this forward, see if you can see it. You've got this lovely sort of red grip here for where the feet would go. But these are plastic, but the rest of the bodywork here, down to the fairing at the back, is all metal, all die-cast metal. We'll bring this round, and so we can get a look at it from a slightly different angle. Take a look at this center console, really beautifully done. It looks like a GPS there. The paint applications are lovely. They've got this sort of high gloss silver. The detailing is phenomenal. You've got sort of buttons there, a keypad, all kinds of dials and readouts. Then you move up to the handlebars themselves. Now these have got a rubber flexible coating on them. They're actually solid rubber. It feels like they're pegged in. So there's movement there for posing, which is really nice. And the sculpting on the rubber of those grips is nice as well. And then you've got this readout screen in the center here. I believe this lights up. It's one of the many light up functions. Yeah, I am lost for words. I really, really am. Let's bring it back round again. This seat is plastic, but it's a soft plastic. Well, it actually feels like more like a rubber material than plastic. Perhaps it's I don't know, maybe it's a very soft plastic, but once again, it's screen accurate. The screen accuracy here is off the scale. It looks like they almost had access to blueprints here, I think, when they were constructing this BM project, which is a combination, I believe, of companies, some of whom were actually involved in the production of the film itself. So we'd expect to see the screen accuracy. Continuing round to the back of this beast, once again, these sections, these are actually plastic underneath here. These look like housing sections here, but the red sections are all, once again, die cast. This bar at the back, I believe is possibly a roll bar maybe, is die cast as well. Onto the back wheel, same as the front wheel. What you've got here is a super high gloss die cast metal finish. All these sections leading up into the back of the bike are die cast. We'll bring it round again. And just to give you an idea, if you look at the detailing in the back there, if the light is picking this up, even down to the pipes and the mechanics in the back here have been sculpted and painted really, really well. Yeah, we'll bring him round one more time. Yeah, there it is. I mean, I don't know what more to say, really. I could gush for hours on this and probably bore everybody to tears just about the level of detailing and quality here. But yeah, it is simply fantastic. It really is. So what we're going to do next is we're going to, off camera, we will add the rest of the fairings. I'll just lift this up. There is a battery compartment under here, and pray to goodness I don't drop this. You've got a full metal kickstand at the bottom here, and here is the battery compartment. This is where you put your 3 AAA batteries for all the wonderful sound and light up functions. So, as I say, what we'll do now is, off camera, because I'm sure you don't want to see an old man futzing around trying to build a bike, we'll get this thing put together. So let's cut to the unnaked version. Okay, so here we are with the dressed version of Kaneda's bike, and before we dive into the details though, I have got to say huge props to BM Project for what they've done here. Never has something been so easy to assemble. The fact that these all these bodywork pieces are magnetized, the instructions are incredibly easy to follow, everything fits perfectly, and a really, really simple job putting this thing together. Probably one of the easiest 6-scale vehicles and or figures I've ever had to put together. I am so impressed. I really, really am. But that's enough of me gushing. Let's take a look at the detail. The first thing that struck me as well, and it also my other half mentioned it when she saw it, was what a shame it was to actually cover up the wonderful construction that's gone into the actual bike underneath this. And it really, really is phenomenal to see. Lesser companies would have simply constructed this as we see it, and wouldn't have gone into that level of detail with the fantastic die-cast pieces, the wonderful paintwork, the levels of detailing. Would have been forgotten. So really, I mean, if you're wanting to, you can actually, and it seems a shame to display it like this. So I might even at some point have it in the display naked, just to show off that all those wonderful internal workings underneath this bodywork. But yeah, let's have a look at the details. We've pretty much covered the paint applications on here, but when it's all put together, it comes together beautifully. Unfortunately, it's broken my turntable. It's way too heavy. I don't know why I even tried, but yeah, it's killed the turntable, so we're going to have to do this manually. What you do get as well, I mentioned the kickstand before, we had a look at that. What you do get is this small piece of plastic. Now, it may look innocuous, but is actually really useful because there's a little spot on the bottom there. If I can get this up, you can see it underneath here. There's this little round section. If you just simply sit the bike on there and you're not wanting to use the kickstand, it will actually hold the bike up straight. Kickstand, it will lean over slightly, but for the purpose of this section, we'll keep it upright so it gives us a better view. So where to begin? Yeah, just phenomenal. The batteries have been inserted, and we'll dim the lights to have a look at the light up features. But yeah, and we've covered most of this already, but it just comes together absolutely wonderfully. I'll see if I can turn this round without it falling. And as I mentioned before, please forgive any what appears to be dust on this piece. It's not dust. It's actually bits of polystyrene that came out of the box when we unboxed it, and oh, it's falling over. I tell you what, let's activate this kickstand. And it's relatively. Is the camera picking this up? It is. I'm I'm trying to hold this thing with one hand. Quite easy to do. You simply click this thing out, he said confidently, which doesn't seem to want to come out at this point in time. There's a little lever here and it isn't cooperating. Oh, there we go. I've got it. And then you slide it across, and if it wants to work, which I'm struggling with this, to be honest. There we go. We've got it. Yeah. Persistence pays off. Then you slide it out like that. And we'll put that to one side and let it rest on the kickstand. Picking that up with one hand is, well, that's my exercise for the day anyway. So yeah, the fairings match beautifully. They all magnetically fix into place, and the overall effect is just wonderful. Couple of things to mention as well. We'll actually look at the light up feature when we dim the lights, but once you've inserted those three AAA batteries, there's simply an on-off button at the back. I'll bring this round, but if you're not keen on the idea, oops, that's my hand catching that. If you're not keen on the idea of using AAA batteries, it's got a 3.5 jack plug here, so you can use an external power source if you want, which is really good to see. So yeah, that's nicely hidden away there, and this shows you just how easy it is to attach the bodywork. It's as simple as that. I think what we should do next is dim the lights, and we can take a look at the sound and light up features on this. What you've got here at the back underneath this wheel is a button which you simply slide that way and that lets you know it's been activated. You have a wide variety of lights on here. I think probably best to dim the lights at this point so we can get a better idea of that. And the sound effects are activated by the brake and accelerator pedal, which is a beautiful touch. Obviously, brake pedal for brake effects, accelerator pedal for acceleration effects. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll cut to dimming the lights and have a look at how this thing looks when it's all lit up. Okay, so lights dimmed. Let's take a look at all the light up features on this on this monster, and there's a lot of them. Say it's 3 AAA batteries in that compartment that we looked at earlier. We'll start at the front. What you've got on both sides, and I won't flip it around at this point, but take my word for it. On both sides here, you've got these green LEDs. Once again, these are screen accurate. It was both front and rear wheels had this green light in the film, and these are really nice and bright. They're just exceptionally well done. Actually, we'll just try and bring it around a little bit so you can see that this is actually on both sides. That green light is continued through the rear wheel as well. Very impressive it is too. It's nice to see bright LEDs on a 6-scale vehicle like this. A lot of the time they can be too dim and really are quite ineffectual. These are really bright, because I mean we're filming this in daylight, although the blinds are down here. For them to actually be this bright with this amount of natural light seeping in is very impressive indeed. So you've got the front headlight as well. Now that's retractable. There's a button at the back here, as you can see, where it will simply flip down and flip up if you're wanting to. There's that button's on the in between the handlebars on the center console, which is a really nice touch. They didn't need to do that, but that's there as well, so you can have it headlight on or headlight off. When the headlight actually goes down, it doesn't go off, and what it does is oh, the lights have gone off. We'll put the lights back on again, which is simply a case of this button at the back that we'll come to. If I can find this without turning it round, just bear with me. I know it's here. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, as I mentioned, when you dip that headlight, the light itself doesn't go out. What it does is it casts this really nice white light coming from underneath the front of the canopy as well. So yeah, you can have that either. I'm going to go with the headlight up, just a look that I like. You've also got indicator lights on either side. Now, as you probably noticed before, these indicator lights do blink. I'm not quite sure how that works. We'll get this guy back on the kickstand so he doesn't fall over. Yeah, but you've got one indicator light on either side. I think it's possibly the setting on this button at the back will dictate whether they flash or not. Yeah, there you go. There are two settings. There's the central one has them flashing, the middle one is off, and this one here is full on, everything full on. So yeah, and I'm sure if the camera's picking this up, but that's that button underneath there, and it's a nice solid button as well. It feels secure. It's not like one of those tiny little black plastic buttons that collectors will know about, where you have to get your fingernail and it doesn't feel solid and it feels like at any point it's going to snap off or just slide out of place. This has got a satisfying click to it, this button, and it feels like everything else on this piece, really, really well made. So yeah, the rear, as I mentioned, you get the green LEDs again. You also get these rather nice brake lights, tail lights going on here, these orange tail lights when it's lit up. The center console, as we mentioned before, that illuminates. You've got the screen in the center between the handlebars, and the full center console here illuminates with this rather nice blue light. And then we get to its party piece, which the accelerator and brake pedals. So when you hit the accelerator pedal, you get this sound. Obviously accelerating. Let's hit the brake button. It nearly came off its kickstand there. We'll just turn this so we can get it all in shot. And the brake button obviously is brakes. And there you have it. That is the monster that is Akira's bike, Kaneda's bike in all its glory from Akira. What we'll do is we'll bring the lights back up so we can get our final thoughts before we zip on over to the showcase. Okay, so lights back up for final thoughts on BM Project's Kaneda bike. And I think you probably know which way this is heading, but we'll run through it anyway. Build quality, absolutely 100% on point. In fact, it's more than 100% on point. I think BM Project have gone over and above what was necessary with this particular vehicle. Taking off the fairing and off the bodywork, you've got such a level of detail, such an attention to detail and quality of paintworks that you can display this in two modes. You really can. You can have it naked or clothed. I think the materials used are simply superb. The amount of die cast in here is phenomenal. The quality of the build is second to none. Screen accuracy, 100% on point, even down to the electronics. Now, I'm not a huge fan of electronics in my 6-scale vehicles and my 6-scale figures, to be honest with you. And that's not because I don't like things that light up. I'm a big child. I like bright, shiny things and multicolored lights. It's just that they always seem like an afterthought to me. However, on this particular piece, they really, really are phenomenal. They add an extra dimension that is simply superb. The brightness, the color, everything is absolutely 100% spot on. It actually puts me in mind of the Sam Flynn Tron Legacy light cycle with the light up effects and how effective they are. In fact, I think it might exceed those, simply because of the colours and the multiple lights as well, and even down to the sounds. Once again, I'm not a huge fan of sounds, but it brings out the child in me, and I just simply want to press the buttons and play with it. Yeah, so build quality 100%, screen accuracy 100%. The paintwork, the mechanical parts and pieces, just and even down to the ease of construction and the thought that's gone into actually how you put this together. So you're not struggling here. These are simply magnetic pieces that clip on and off with remarkable simplicity. So yeah, there you have it. That's Kaneda's bike from Akira by BM Project. A score out of 10, it's a done deal. It's a 10 out of 10. And I don't think I've ever given a 10 out of 10 on this channel before. I may have done. I may have come close with a 9.5. I cannot find one thing wrong with this. In fact, it doesn't put a foot or a wheel wrong, in my opinion. So yeah, I think this channel's first ever 10 out of 10. So there you have it. A fantastic piece, superb work, and really what 1/6 scale collecting is all about for me, landing a grail and being even more impressed in hand with it. It really is, it's made my week, it's made my month, it's made my year. So yeah, there you have it. So I suppose all that remains for me to say is I hope you've enjoyed this review. I hope it's been useful. If you have this piece in your collection, please put a comment in the comment section below. I'd be fascinated to hear your take on it. Even if you don't have this, you know, what are your thoughts on this? I'm really, really interested to hear. What have we got coming up on the channel? In the not too distant future, we've got Hot Toys, Scarlet Witch from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Customs have finally decided to release that to me. We've got the HH model, Greek Warrior, aka Achilles, Brad Pitt from Troy. That's around the corner. We've got the Furion from Riddick. We've got, oh, what else have we got? Oh, a vast amount of stuff. Too numerous to mention here. Yeah, so if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon so you're not missing anything that's coming up on the channel. And there is loads, as you can tell. New stuff, retro stuff, vehicles, figures, statues, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, all that remains for me to say is thank you for watching, take care of yourselves, and it's over to the showcase.